I'm hungry.
I think we're live. All right, we're live again.
Yay! Scotty Bizzle's in the house too.
Let me not block this.
The screen's going blurry. Man,
It went down for the pens.
I'm just for those of you on Twitter, I'm just tweeting you guys an apology again for all the difficulties. Again, we're just trying to work through it, and we'll keep plugging away.
Okay, so back to where we were. We're not sure when we froze up. So guys, this is Melvin, the lead designer on World. He's going to basically restart what he was talking about in terms of the new mode Treasure Hunt 2.0. And yeah, sorry if you've heard this before, but yeah, please go ahead.
I'll say so. Treasure Hunt's a great game mode. It's been really well received. Millions of treasure hunts are being completed every month, so it's really cool. It's encouraging for us. So we wanted to build up that feature a little bit more, and to do that, we actually looked at all the feedback we got from through Ling and Marc and forums and Facebook polls, and the thing that kept coming back was the fact that people wanted to win performance pots, which is a rare drop in a lucky draw. And we thought, it makes sense, and so it's a good way for us to reward people who are constantly playing our game, coming back daily to complete a hunt, like a daily checklist. So basically, what Treasure Hunt 2.0 is about is every day complete a hunt. Currently, you get reputation, you get cash, and we're going to give you a item reward as well. So it could be power-ups, it could be performance parts, and the basic idea is for longer, we call it treasure hunt streaks. So for every consecutive day that you play, you stand to get a better item reward. So the longer you play, you can eventually get like the really cool pro parts that we really worked really hard to get in Lucky Draw.
So that was I was just about probably say about the same thing. That was one of the big pieces of the feedback was people were saying, oh, we're not getting enough performance parts, and they didn't like, some people didn't like the drop rate in the post race and post pursuit stuff. It's really cool that now there's always a way to guarantee that you can do it, and you just have to be consecutive about it. The more days you play, is the better the reward. So.
For sure.
And we know that if tons of players that play every day, and we want to reward people who keep coming back. So it's a good way.
So Melvin, once the players get to a certain point, is there a point where if they log in still every day and they keep the streak alive, that they're better chance to keep winning pro parts?
Yeah, I think at some point in time we actually guarantee that you get a pro part, which is actually perfect.
So again, that's going to be huge for you guys. You guys have been asking for ways to win these parts. This is like Melvin's saying. You come if you're a gamer that plays Need for Speed on a regular basis, you're guaranteeing yourself a way to win parts.
I know a lot of people don't like me because of the lucky draw, so it's my way of saying, not sorry, but it's a way of
it's your way of saying that we hear you.
Exactly.
And this was our first, we talked about this months back where we said we'd love to give you guys more things through the lucky draw. We talked about one day doing parts and wheels, and that's still not 100% implemented, but we're still brainstorming around. Again, this is just one way for you guys to be rewarded, and that's cool. I'm looking forward to it. I think that's great. So you can log in every day and be rewarded. Get anything else moving on the treasure hunt stuff?
So actually, another feature which is related to treasure hunt. A lot of feedback we got was, how you're driving around in free roam and trying to collect these icons, and then once in a while this pesky cop pops up, and the moment you hit the cop, you engage in the pursuit outrun. We felt it was a bit jarring of experience for people who, maybe you're not interested in pursuits, or you're just focused on treasure hunt, and you suddenly get taken out for a few minutes and come back in. So what we're going to do very soon is we're actually going to shift pursuit outruns into a race event, like an event like a race. So basically you would go to pursuit icon and start a pursuit similar to how you start a race. So it means that driving in free roam, you wouldn't accidentally trigger pursuit outruns, which is great, so you can fully concentrate on finishing your treasure hunt.
And for the guys going on cruises, you guys just focus on cruising without being separated into pursuit.
And cruises as well. I know a lot of people do. And then we will have maybe multiple pursuit icons in the world. So every starting location, depending on which one you engage, the starting location is different. So they'll kind of change how you start your pursuit outrun as well.
I like that.
That's huge.
Because people just like to chill in the open world, do their driving. They come up with their own stuff to do. They want to go into pursuits now. They can when they want to.
We want to give the control to the players when they want to play pursuits. So
excellent.
I like it.
I think that's big. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, do you want to stick around and answer some questions?
I'll go back to my financial cost guidance. Okay. I'm playing my hip.
All right,
nice to see you guys. Thanks for supporting the game.
Cool.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Okay.
So Melvin, lead designer on World.
Cool.
It's awesome.
So let's. You heard enough of us rant a little bit before we bring Scotty Mac or Scotty Mizzle, how we call him here.
Scotty Mac.
Let's look at some questions from the community.
Okay, this question: do performance parts have any effects or meanings beyond their percentage stats?
Do performance parts have any meanings beyond it? So performance, just to clarify, performance. You know, when we tune these cars. When I tune these cars, I have a base car and a top car. And what these performance parts do is when you have a base model, when you add performance parts and the different rarities of these parts, and like we mentioned earlier, Melvin will be releasing more rare parts. When you keep adding these rare parts, it brings it more from that base to the upgraded level. It basically steps you up to this ladder. So performance parts are purely as they are, just to make you perform better. As far as the numbers, we try to match those, of course, as closely with the system as we can. Now, there's some matchmaking things that go on behind the scenes. People are like, well, why does Nissan Silvia be matchmaked with a Murcielago? Now, what I'd love to clear up with the community is when we tune cars, again, they start, say a Silvia is down here and a Murcielago or GT3 or Vantage is up here. There's a big range, you know, a big range from tier 1 to tier 3.
Yeah.
But as you upgrade them and as you put performance parts, that range gets smaller. So a fully maxed out tier 1 car against a decently maxed out tier 3 could actually race against each other and have a great race. Now, if that Nissan Silvia driver, has maxed out skills and he's a level 50 guy and he's got everything tricked out, and say the Murcielago guy has just decent parts but not so tricked out, they're gonna have a good race. So it's not technically tier specific. You're not gated by owning a tier 1. You're not gated by owning a tier 2. The lower tiers, once they're fully maxed, can actually compete against the tier 3. And that's why we're saying when we release tier 4s, we want tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 with rare parts to compete against tier 4s. So that way, you know, in 2 years, 3 years down the road, you have this massive selection of cars in Need for Speed world. In your garage, you have a massive selection that you can, if you're a tier 1 lover and you love your Silvia, we want to allow you to race that all the way through. So there's a little bit of, I just wanted to define that. Base cars, yes, they start out as a bigger range, but as you customize them, the gap lessens.
Could I add a little bit to that?
Sure. Oh,
Everyone,
hey, how you guys doing?
Scotty Mac,
Scotty Mizzle.
Speed World.
Yeah, physics lead on the game. I also wanted to add, with what Mark was saying, how when you see those 3 numbers, the handling, acceleration, and top speed, that's very important when you get your rare part, because 2 people could get the same, they could start with the same car, they can both install rare parts on it. Now, if one guy has like an acceleration part and another guy has a top speed part, obviously you're going to have really great cars. One guy's going to do better, coming out of the corners, and the other guy's going to have a better top speed when you get out on the highway. So, think about that when you're tuning your car, picking a car for a race, what's going to win.
Exactly. That's a great point. Do you tune your car more towards handling, acceleration, and top speed? The parts are obviously very... the bars are actually very different. So you could actually have like a Murcielago with very different hat numbers that technically behind the scenes work very different.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Cool. So now that Scotty Max made his entry, let's I know everybody, we have over 10,000 followers watching right now. Let's
you want to see the pants?
Let's see the pants.
Yeah. All right.
So let's explain these pants, Scotty, just quickly. These are Go ahead.
Explain the pants. No, these were like golf pants. I bought the first pair as like a joke.
Yeah.
And it turns out John Daly wears the same brand. I'm not going to say the brand name, but you can find that online.
Oh, you had to do a spin.
So I bought the first pair as a joke, and they turned out being the most comfortable pants I've ever had in my life.
And you guys don't understand. When we go to the for lunch, we go to the food court in the malls. The looks that we get, people don't know what to see, because you have like what, 5 or 6 pairs of these pants.
I've got about 10 pair of these now. Just the other day, I ordered some matching sport coats to go with them.
Oh no!
And some hats.
You're gonna look like a popsicle.
Maybe I should be making balloon animals or something. Maybe by about episode 60, I'll show up with a full suit on for you guys.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Let's let's answer some gameplay questions.
Cool. So
here.
let's one of the big things that we wanted to bring Scotty in to talk about is the new cop lights. Now Scotty implemented those, and you see them on the cop cars that are coming out. And a lot of you have been asking, what's the next stage of that? And that's where we sort of wanted to bring Scotty to get you into his mind of where we're brainstorming.
Okay, yeah, so next stage, it's why don't you guys give us some suggestions, let us know where you want to go with it. Some of the things we can do, what if we did like a retro police car where instead of having these really bright flashing LEDs, why don't we do like some slow wigwags or some
spinners or something,
some circling spinners that when you go through a tunnel, the whole tunnel lights up differently.
Yep. So changing the flashing patterns.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about being able to install those on every car in the game maybe? What about putting light bars on top of the cars, so instead of hiding them behind the grill, do you want to be able to custom put your old retro
Exactly. Yeah.
spinning bar up
I think that's
top?
cool. I think Scotty's making some great suggestions there, and again, this comes from brainstorming sessions with production design. I think the next step that you'll see, guys, is can we model physical cop light bars that go on top of the roof? And again, we mentioned that we have something trying to come on the top of the roof. It's not cop lights, but we're trying to add more parts to the roofs to give you more variety. So,
Cool.
So that's another discussion. But cop lights is right up there. Cool. And any other things cop related, Scotty? Or we tuned that cop fix with the Corvette weights, a couple months ago. Anything else planned currently?
Well, I think Melvin answered a bunch of pursuit questions.
We're changing to pursuits.
Yeah, he went over those already. So
Cool.
anything else you guys can think of that maybe I could.
I'm gonna go to recent comments right now to see if anybody's submitting any questions.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Cool. And in the meantime, guys, I think we should start seeing if we can post that speed boost code. I know a lot of you have been waiting for that.
Let's do it. I think
Cool. So what we'll try to do is, can we see if we go in the media library there? Let's see if we can post it. If not, we're just going to print it out and show you guys on the
Where's
camera.
the media library?
Yeah,
here?
if you just go to the media library. Yep. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to try to just grab these images. If you go to images, we have to upload it somehow here.
Media uploader.
There we go.
Aha, choose file.
So let's go to documents, my pictures. Should be Ask Marc live chat, and there we go.
This one?
Let's do it. Let's see if this works. Get ready, everyone. And Jules, this is for the 1,000 speed boost. 1,000 speed boost. So treat your guys self with something.
Can
cool.
I win?
No. You're already a winner with those pants.
Thanks. Oh, my friends Hanley and Padron, they probably don't want to admit they know me now. I'm going to go back to my desk. I'll be off their friends list.
Okay, it's uploading.
All right. So we just posted the.
New media added. Okay, now what do I do? Okay, here we go. What do I do?
There we go. Boom. Publish. So
Published.
If a few of you that are watching can just confirm through the comments that you guys see this, and shout out to NFS Petra who made that sick background and overlay for me. Well, she didn't make it; she just photoshopped the code over top.
All right, let's see. Yep, it's
Nice.
here.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you guys. Seriously, I don't see anything. Sure, buddy. Sorry. You'll see it in a second. It's just slow bandwidth.
So who's saying it? Ghost Rider's saying we see it.
Yep.
Let's give a few other shout
We
outs.
see the code. Everybody's saying that we see this.
Karen.
Share it with your friends.
So yeah, this is the thing, guys. Is we're only and girls, we're only posting the code for those of you in the live chat. Again, post this for your friends if you like, but we're not featuring this code anywhere else. We won't post it on our Facebook. We won't post it through our Twitter. Again, it's
It's for you guys for joining us.
It's
Yeah.
the community. So if,
and being so patient while we had all those technical difficulties.
exactly. So if you want to share it, you're more than welcome to. It's just we won't facilitate it more. But again, this code is just for 24 hours, and I think it lasts up until 11 a.m. Friday tomorrow morning Pacific time.
Cool.
So let's get back to some questions.
All right.
Can we hold that? I think if we hold that up, we'll leave it up there for a while.
Whoa, I opened it.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, in the meantime, because we want that image to stay right where it is for the meantime. So we're gonna ask the questions, and I'm not gonna publish them to the chat window just for a couple minutes, so you guys can all get that code.
Sounds good.
This next question is from Crazy Canuck, and they ask, can we have the option to put parts back into the inventory? This has come up a lot. Let's put this one to bed.
So right now, parts are bound onto your car.
Oh, sorry guys. Thanks,
Oh,
Matt.
hey, see you guys later.
Yeah, Scotty,
I'll be online at about 4 o'clock Pacific time, whatever that is. I'm gonna be
Do you want to give your
just
driver
out in the
name
world from 4 to 5. You'll see me. I'll be out there. What should I drive? I'll be driving my Scotty Mac edition Aston Martin. So you know what? It's gonna match these pants. So look for me. I'll be at the golf course. All right. 4 to 5 today.
So for those of you that want to go drive with Scotty Mac 4 to 5, go hit him up. So back to the question. Parts right now are currently bound onto the car. There are no plans currently to change that, but hopefully with our plans in the future with Lucky Draw and adding parts into the Lucky Draw and adding aftermarket parts and more items into the Lucky Draw, hopefully that helps out the binding issue. Our goal right now is to give you more things through the Lucky Draw that helps with drop rates, helps with things that exclusive items, and aftermarket parts is part of our plan with that.
Cool. I like this question. This one's really good. This is from PSP Stars.
You want me to join you guys?
Yeah, actually,
now, so.
Sure.
Actually, this is a good question for you, since you're the lead designer. So, everyone, Melvin, he's back.
Sorry, they took a break, so
Alright.
yeah, I'm to join you guys.
All right, cool. This next question, PSP Stars, says, when can we expect the social networking features to be unveiled? What are we adding in terms of social networking?
So Melvin, just to clarify that, what we talked about in the Ask Marc was like photo uploads through Facebook, through Twitter, tagging your shot so you can customize your car and share them with your friends.
Yeah, it's something we're currently designing. I'm not sure exactly in terms of priority when it's going to come out, but I think overall we're trying to look into different ways for the community to engage together.
Yes.
So whether it's photo uploading, whether it's giving reasons for people to like stuff that you're doing for the community day and spot the devs and stuff like that. But we want to find more ways for the community to connect together. So it could be in-game features that like whatever it's we have a news feed and a friends list, stuff like that. Maybe we look into those. Maybe other ways for people to play together. Like Team Escape was one way for people to form a team and and coordinate and work together, strategize. So we're kind of looking towards that angle. So no specific features per se. Photo upload is something we're looking into, but generally trying to make the community come together.
Yes.
More than anything else.
So I guess to sum that up with Mel, what he's saying is it's definitely on our radar.
Yeah.
What in the short term, since we don't have any features that are live and ready, what myself and Ling are focused in with Drew is obviously always keep you informed, and that's why sometimes we're repetitive on the Ask Marc series, but we want we have so many users that are brand new to this series every week. We want to make sure you're all informed.
Or just to back up on that is not only are you informed, as we did say a couple Ask Marcs back, that plans are fluid here. I mean, they change so often that we may say one day like, oh, this is our plan, this car is going to come out this plane, this feature is going to come out this, and then we'll reprioritize what's going on based on your guys' feedback, based on what our development capacity is, and then the next week we might have a completely different plan, in which case me and Mark will say it, and then you got a lot of the time say, oh, that's not what you said last week, we guys the plans change, and that's what we're always trying to keep you as up to date as possible.
Exactly.
That's what our goal is. So
so up to date, and second of all is give you guys enough chances to win speed boost items on a weekly basis. We went from one contest a week to 2 to 3. Links posting, with all the cool content going up on a weekly basis. We have Tweeted Up Thursdays, Fun Fridays, Spot the Devs. We have a whole plan around community contests, and it's all dedicated to get everybody together and reward the community for being a part of the Snoop World. So short term, we're driving it through contests. Facebook and Twitter numbers are growing. We're trying to put as much content through there as well. We still keep an eye on forums. Again, just a shout out to those of you that are cleaning up the forums for us. The cleaner the forums are, the more we look at it. It's just that simple. We don't want to go in there when it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo and people are just off topic. We're here to make the best game possible for you guys. That's the bottom line. We come into work every single day saying what's going to resonate with the community, period, right? And that's where we're at.
Cool. I'm going to interrupt real quick. We're seeing a lot of comments from you guys saying that the website is down. We are aware that the website is down, and I'm not sure whether it's for scheduled.
That's the World website?
Yeah,
Okay.
the world. So I don't know if it's scheduled maintenance or if it's just down. Looking into it right now. Write down your codes. They'll still be. They'll work when the website comes back up. So don't worry. We'll get you there going soon. Cool. All right. Here's actually a question that's pretty related, and this is from Audi 293,
Okay.
and they ask, will Autolog ever come to World?
Interesting. Yeah. So that's a question where we had a few higher level meetings with some other game teams in Play for Free and Need for Speed, and that question came up. Now, right now, Autolog is not set up as a plugin that allows any Need for Speed to simply implement it into their technology or their mainframe. So, short answer is no. But again, what Melvin is driving is through the news feed and all the updates is to keep you and your friends informed. Do you want to, Melvin, touch a little bit on some of the things we have planned for like friends and all that?
Well, I think not specifically to Autolog. Like you said, it's not set up specifically, so you just plug right in. What we are doing is, Autolog is a cool feature. It's many different integrated elements, and we're trying to look into the stuff that works for our game. Like news feeds, the friends list which we already have. I think we are generally re-looking into how the social gadget, as we call it, works together with the news feed and how you race. For example, you form a group, you can do private races as a group and keep it going for multiple private races. So that's stuff that we're trying to look into. So again, no specific one feature that is going to change the way everything works, but we're constantly trying to improve all the little social features.
And even with chat as well, chat funneling.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's true.
Chat funneling is major.
Yeah.
So chat funneling, I think we got a lot of feedback. How our games are international game, right? So tons of all different languages coming in. One of the issues that people are facing is that when they come into the game, there are 20 different languages being spoken, and they're not really sure how to get maybe a beginner's help or find people to group with. So one of the things we're going to do soon, again I say soon, is we're going to set up chat groups by languages. So for example, if you are a French speaker or a Spanish speaker, there'll be French channels and Spanish channels. So you can set it up so that the moment you come in,
You're automatically
admit into that correct channel. So it's cool because the moment you go in, you can look for people to play with, and it helps to remove a lot of the confusion and the chaos when you first come in. So I think that will help a lot. So chatting.
That's awesome.
Cool.
All right. We knew that this question was going to come up, and I think that we really need to speak to it.
Okay.
It's basically it's a paragraph that this guest wrote, but it's basically what's going on with cheating. What are we doing? Yeah.
I love that, and again, Melvin is a great guy to speak to that because Melvin right now is sifting through all the data on a weekly basis. We have with Melvin, myself, and Zealand, our development director, we have a week call recurring that basically speaks to exactly banning users who either use speed hacks, who it could be even as simple as abusing our CS teams. You name it, we're banning on a weekly basis. It's a priority. It's one day a week where we meet, and Melvin's on it all week indefinitely. So it's hundreds of bans a week. We'd love to get to the point where there's more, unfortunately, but the fact is that Need for Speed World has so many millions of users, and we're over 1 million actives that even if we're banning 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000 a week, you might still see some hackers in there, unfortunately. So that's a key thing to keep in mind. The fact that our user base is so massive.
We just want to make sure that we are not banning incorrectly.
Yeah.
Because that we can get what we call false positives, but maybe the guy shows up a hacker, but he actually isn't. So we want to make 100% sure that we don't ban innocent.
It's one of those scenarios where we're not going to ban someone every time someone said someone beat me unfairly. I mean, they may have parts that you don't have. They may have tuned their car or set up their car in ways that you just never thought of, and can get those. There's driver skills out there that do a lot of stuff for the way you drive, and it takes time to investigate every single one of these, and
So I guess to sum it up, cheaters, of course, we're our security teams. We have a security team that's on it on the back end. We'll never obviously publicize what we're doing because we're trying to be ahead of the curve rather than behind it.
Yeah.
But they're on it. So rest assured that And again, I hope that I cleared up about the tiers with a Sylvia or a lower tier one, or say a Nissan 2000 GTR can compete against a decent tier 3. You know, as the cars, you know, I mentioned earlier, Melvin, as the cars get maxed out, the gap between them starts to equal out.
Yep.
So if you're in a lobby and you see a high ranked low tier player and you have a Murcielago but you're like a level 5 or level 6, that's normal. He's not a cheater, and you know, our top speeds in the game, players should be seeing a fully maxed out tier 3 hit 240 miles plus, maybe even 250 miles if they have all the right skills and everything maxed out. So that's possible in the game. That's miles per hour. That's not kilometers. So times that by 1.6, whatever that is, and you'll do the math. So I've seen a lot of chatter come through my own personal Facebook that I don't respond to, saying, "Oh, this guy's cheating. He's doing 215 miles per hour." Guys, he can do that if he's maxed out. So,
Okay.
Drew, let's get some more questions. We're about 13 minutes away.
Okay.
I just saw a Tesla Motors one. Funny story. We don't have the Tesla license, but my uncle, who is big into the environment, we went to look at
Where
one.
did you see that?
Oh, I just saw
Oh
it
yeah.
here.
Will you guys be adding the Tesla Roadster?
from Tom Meyer. And so yeah, my uncle actually was looking to buy that car, but and we're not big guys, but he was already too big for that car. It's a small car in real life.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, again, it's not on the plans right now.
Okay. Pro parts more. We talked about that.
Pro parts, again, Melvin's releasing more rarity sooner than later. Coming very soon.
Okay, so here's one about the organization about in the safe house. Is will you guys be doing an update to add more organized in terms of like filter by tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cars, cash cars, pro, that sort of thing?
Again, this was always brought up, and this was brought up in the community day that we did with the leads. Again, this is a feature that right now is not on production's radar. There's more FE items that front end items that we're working on that this doesn't take a priority right now. This is not hindering you guys. Of course, that would be a nice luxury and it'd be efficient. But again, our focus will be on other features right now.
I think something maybe we'll start looking into in the future, because we are releasing cars on a good rate. So I can understand why people are constantly bring it up. But like you said, it's not super high on a priority right now.
Yeah.
I like this question. This is from. Let me see where it is. This is from Aileen. Are we ever going to add chat to the safe house?
It's a good question.
We can maybe start publishing some. What do you think?
I think we'll just leave it there.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
So yes, we are looking into it. It's something that's on our radar for sure.
Sweet.
Because we want, again, it's about keeping people connected. So we understand that you could be in a safe house. You want to get your friends' opinions on how's the best way to customize it. What are cool neons that work with certain vinyl. So for sure, it's one of the things we're looking into. Good question.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that one.
When are miscellaneous parts coming?
So miscellaneous again. You have the man right behind us that
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Long story short, we are looking into it. You talked about driver skills.
Yes.
Which is a feature which I know a lot of people like, but at the same time, it's something that we can do a lot more from.
Yes.
I think we're starting. I think the main focus was we're going to start shifting the focus from the driver to more of what your cars are about, which that's essentially what makes your experience in people. So we're looking to that angle for driver skills, miscellaneous parts, and that little slot that nobody has seen before so far.
The little slot that nobody's seen
the
before.
slot that people have seen, and that would probably all come together. So stay tuned.
All right.
So as you see with Melvin, there's lots of plans going into that right now. These guys are in weekly design meetings trying to flush that out and bring that to you guys. Soon.
Cool. Here's a little lighthearted question. When will snow come back to the golf course?
Cool. So I love that. Last year when we turned on the Christmas assets, golf course was all decked out.
That was sweet, and they put that big jump in.
It was, and we had the Christmas music. So I talked to Joel and make sure the Christmas music was still there. The Christmas assets will be turned on in whether it's the first week or second week of December. We will obviously let you guys know in an Ask Marc or through our channels, but definitely it's coming back for Christmas. So it's right now it's being tested through through our QA team. It's looking like it's checking out great. We put Oktoberfest as a quick test. It worked great. Halloween as well. So Christmas will be no different.
Cool. This one user, Smash, wants to know how they can get special vinyls.
Special vinyls. Okay, so right now, usually when it's Halloween or Valentine's Day or the Hot Pursuit vinyls, or like anytime a game launches, we create these custom categories, and those categories are pretty exclusive.
Yeah.
You know, we like to keep them exclusive. We usually run contests through those, and to be quite honest, for members of the community that have been helping Ling or myself moderate Facebook or Twitter, and they're helping us say, hey, you know, there's a bad post here, clean it up. We give those guys or girls speed boost codes or these vinyls so again, they're at our discretion to give them as rewards, or for a limited time like Halloween, we put them as a bonus through top up and all that. In the future, what again with what myself, Mike, and Mike Hayes and Melvin have been working on is more packs, more vinyls, aftermarket vinyls. We put aftermarket vinyls on one of our art director cars that will be released in December. Creating more categories, I think, is essential, and having Mike on the team will allow that to happen. Yeah.
Awesome. This is kind of related. Actually, when are you going to bring back the old style body kits from Underground to Most Wanted, Carbon, Undercover, that sort of stuff?
Cool. So again, another thing we've done, and it's something that I prided myself. I always try to stay true to what Need for Speed World is. Need for Speed World, I want people to say in 5 years, 6 years, what is or was Need for Speed World. I want it to be the best of all Need for Speeds combined. We have Carbon, Most Wanted, World. You see the car list is from all Need for Speed titles. Now from body kits, we already have some body kits we've used in previous Need for Speeds. But what, again, this I keep going back to Mike. Mike is owning all the look of the car moving forward. Art director cars, vinyls, neons, aftermarket parts. He's creating that. What I'm challenging and what we're challenging, Melvin's challenging Mike with, is how can we create new body kits? Something that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And that's the key. That's what I want to bring. We're doing a prototype right now. It's being worked on as we speak behind us on a new Tier 3 exotic that will be released the week of 20th-ish, if all things go well. And I won't say names just because we're still trying to confirm it. But it's a car you've never seen before with a kit you've never seen before. That's
Nice.
That's our first test. If that goes great, and I've seen the kit, it's
super cool.
it's amazing. So the
Nice.
car looks like something you've never seen before, which I love. I love having Need for Speed classic cars. I love seeing, can we build drift cars when, eventually different pillars of cars. This is a new class of its own. So for body kits, we're trying to make you guys new exclusive. I'd love to get to the point where each car that comes out has its own kit. That would be amazing for me.
Yeah.
Brand new custom, like, when look at like a white Hanes t-shirt compared to a white Armani or Dolce & Gabbana or Tom Ford dress shirt. It's tailored, it's custom fit. That's what we want Mike to get towards, is custom fit kits per car. That would be great. Now, if we can have universal kits that go across all cars that look great, cool. It's a bit harder to do, not as exclusive, but those are the directions we're going in. Cool.
Lots of good information there. Okay, I like this one personally. Will there be fan cars like the World Garage Edition Sylvia or the NFS Unlimited Edition Lamborghini? Are you guys ever planning to do something like that?
I think that's cool. I think that's probably coming from one of the fan site leads or one of the fans. But I think that's a cool. Let's take that offline. Let's talk with Ling. Let's get the community leads to brainstorm around this. Now, it might be a cool competition. You're laughing at my socks?
I'm laughing at your socks.
Oh, let's see the socks. Oh, look at those.
You thought his Scott's pants were bad.
I'm wearing my Movember Toms, so
The Toms, don't knock Toms, they're so comfy.
I'm sporting, that's for the mustache. But what we're talking about, the community leads cars.
Shout out for Movember.
Movember, yeah.
We'll do a shout out
See,
before
we
we
get easily distracted, but I think it would be almost a cool competition that the community sites can compete for X, and the winner of the community sites gets featured in Need for Speed World or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool. It's a little bit of good competitive competition is always cool. And you could imagine, with the amount of community sites that are out there, it'd be very difficult for us to cater to everyone. So
Yeah.
I love the idea, and that's something that we talked about with community leads when they're here, is how can we better support your your guys' favorite fan sites.
Yeah.
And we're working more with them, hopefully, more towards next year, giving them codes for them to run contests for you guys.
We gave them a whole bunch of stuff when they were here last month. They
Yep.
do lots of contests. So.
Yep. So more towards that, giving them assets ahead of time and blog copy ahead, so they have some exclusive info. So again, don't worry, we're looking after your community sites. And again, we not to. I'll be totally honest, we're not working as closely as we should be, and that's something I'd like to change.
Yeah.
That's something that I was blunt and I say, hey guys, we need you guys know your community is the best. What do you need from us to help you run your community? So at the end of the day, we're all hopefully one big community, but again, a little bit of competition is always great.
Awesome.
Yep.
I like that question. Okay, here's one that always comes up. When are we going to add cars like the fire truck and the ambulance and the dump truck and stuff?
Again, we keep talking about this with the different pillars.
Yeah.
When we look at the art director cars, the cop cars, novelty cars, this falls under. We've already done a few prototypes. They drive. We just would like to create enough of a stable that there's a nice pillar of them.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things where towards next year, I'd love to get a few out to you guys. And you guys have also asked for police SUVs. Done a prototype with that. It drives. Now the problem with the police SUV that's currently, that you'll play against in Team Escape, that car just has, from a technical side, we just need to up-res it and make it look good. But as far as driving, it drives.
Cool.
So would we bring that in? I'd love to bring the SUV in. It probably won't have kits at first, but who cares? As long as it's a big SUV, it's got big body roll, and it can smash through things.
Yeah.
It'd be a cool
juggernaut with the SUV would be awesome.
It'd be a pretty cool addition to even Team Escape.
That's a good point. We want to make sure that every car that we add into the game has a purpose and a reason. It fits the franchise and the universe. I want to make sure that we can do cool stuff in the game, whether it's Team Escape or Pursuit Outruns. SUVs would do great for pursuits. So for sure.
Cool. So Drew, you getting a few more questions?
Yeah, we got 2 more questions and then we're gonna call it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So just while Drew's getting that question, I want to say a shout out to my mom. I know she's watching. Hey mom, love you.
I'll say hi to her too because she's a nice lady.
Hi, Mark. Yes.
All right. So second to last question is when is the new Team Escape coming?
Good question. We are looking into how we want to improve Team Escape. I think the basic experience is what we wanted to deliver. People playing together. We want probably the biggest thing we're looking for is how do we find more ways for people to cooperate together, and add more elements of strategy in the Team Escape, because we know that people like to play together. We know that they like to cooperate. How do they do so? Whether it's more team power-ups, for example, or maybe more team-based objectives. Stuff along that lines. Time frame, I'm not sure. We haven't really had a fixed time frame on it, but it's something that we are looking to, because we know that Team Escape is one of our, if not the most popular game. So.
And we mentioned earlier as well, when Aslan comes back from Brunei, that he'll be creating at a minimum some more tracks, and then we'll look at the next stage.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
great.
And the last question is this one. This one is really good because it helps us clarify what the dev situation is and whatnot. Now that the run has shipped, it's going to be in stores in 6 days. Is that development team going to focus more on World, or what's going on there? And I'm going to prefix with saying this is that there's 2 different development teams that are working on the task.
Yes.
So they're not the one in the same development.
Exactly. So speaking a little, prefix this question. I've worked on Need for Speed for over 9 years since Underground. Since Underground days, I've seen teams of 230 when we did Most Wanted, to a team like ours now where we're very efficient and refined to the product that we need to create, under 30. So now Need for Speed is created around the world. We have obviously studios here, and
we got Criterion that's working on. They did Hot Pursuit.
Hot Pursuit. So now with Need for Speed The Run shipping, it's an easy assumption that team will completely come across. It's not true. This won't happen. We're very sensitive on the matter of, right now we have a very clear focus on Need for Speed World. We're very tight as a group. Production, design, community, we're all thinking aligned. We all have a vision. A lot of the times we don't want to go too big because that vision sometimes gets diluted. And when we try to work on too many things at once, it's never a good thing. So we're keeping the team very tight. You will see an addition of 5-10 max coming from the run. So our team might go from say 30 overall to maybe 40. and that will of course help with speed up of some features. We're not going to all of a sudden triple the feature development, but what we'll do is it'll drive quality and it'll allow us to get to some features quicker. Again, having the addition of a Aslan allows us to do more tracks. Having the addition of a Mike Hayes gives us more pillars and cars. So it gives us some additional content. But again, it's not going to triple our development time. It's just going to give us a little bit more
I
content.
think quality is key. Even if we have more people, maybe we could do more features faster, or we could make sure that the features we release are high quality or more fun. So.
Exactly. So it was awesome, guys. I really appreciate this. Shout out to the guys, Lucian and Michael.
Thanks for helping us get live.
Get live. Again, we apologize that we were 20-30 minutes late, but we went 20-30 minutes past, so hopefully that makes up for it. Enjoy the Speed Boost code. Now that we've done this one, we were talking to the guys earlier, and on the EA side, we'd love to do this more often. You know, with the Ask Marcs happening every week, maybe we see on the feedback if you guys like to do this on a monthly basis. Maybe once a month we log in and let's do a big live chat.
I like it. Let's do it.
Just so we sort of streamline everything, and again, like you mentioned, things ebb and flow and change. But maybe on a monthly basis, we can say, "Hey guys, we talked about this 3-4 weeks ago. Just to let you know, this is what's happening currently." So
cool.
Let's leave that with us and see if we can make it happen on a more regular basis.
I'm sure that the guys at EA.com would love to do this more often. It's awesome.
So
Guys,
last shout out November.
Last shout out Movember.
Let's go up here.
Yeah.
Go first.
That's the Vinny stare. Melvin.
Oh, really good.
Melvin, even Melvin.
There you go.
So we got a team that's 30 strong this year.
It's growing.
It's growing more than that. Last year we raised over 14,000. This year we're trying to break that. It's for a good cause. We're gonna Mark, you'll post it up on your Facebook page. The link to if you want to be generous and donate. No forcing whatsoever, but we would ask for your support on this. And that's it. Well, thank you for joining us.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad. Sorry about the technical delays, but we'll do this again sometime soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Thanks. They should have told us to sit. Yeah, smile.